Even though I've been raving about Oshinoko and Heavenly Delusion since the beginning of the spring season, and without a doubt, they're the best two anime this season in my opinion, but none of them are my favorite this season. My favorite has to be the one show I watch the second it comes out and wait for it to come out each and every week impatiently. And although I do wait for both Oshinoko and Heavenly Delusion each week, the one anime I look forward to the most is The Dangers in My Heart. Yes, I know it's not the best anime this season, but I'm not talking about the best. I'm talking about my favorite. And without a doubt, The Dangers in My Heart stole my heart. Sorry about that, but I'm not sorry about recommending it, and we're going to get into why I like The Dangers in My Heart so much. At the beginning of the season, when I read the synopsis, I honestly thought it was going to be cringy. The main character, Kyotaro Ichikawa, is a loner middle school student that keeps fantasizing about crime and murder, and let's just say, rather than fantasizing about the school idol Anna Yamada, he dreams of ending her life and bets that she'll look just as beautiful as a corpse. And that right there set up way too many red flags in my mind. That premise alone made my skin crawl and almost made me skip it entirely. But thank goodness the murder aspect doesn't play a big part in the anime. Instead, he knows that there's something wrong with him, and I'm glad they went down that route because we honestly can't control our fantasies all the time. But we can control ourselves and at least try to change, and that's exactly what Kyotaro does. He starts to meet Yamada almost every day in the school library and starts to see her in a different light until eventually he develops a crush on her after he realizes that she's just an airhead doofus who likes to snack, and then his desire to kill her changes to a desire to protect her at all costs. It's not a groundbreaking story that will revolutionize the romance genre by any means, but it creates a unique setting for the characters, and honestly, it's just heartwarming with how their relationship develops from just talking to each other in the library to start talking more and more in class until finally, they start going out with each other and text one another almost every single day. And that wouldn't be possible without a great cast, and it's these characters that are the driving force of the show. And we'll start off with the two leads, Kyotaro and Anna. As I said before, Kyotaro is the quiet kid in class that everyone ignores. He doesn't really talk with the other students much. He just sits there reading, and right after school ends, he goes straight to the library to read some more. But what I like about him the most is just that. He's actually genuine and kind of reminds me of me, because I was also the quiet kid in class. But the difference between me and him is that he actually knows his flaws, and that his mind is kind of messed up with his crime obsession. But the fact that he tries to change and constantly develops more and more and becomes more outspoken and doesn't give up to peer pressure is what makes him so likable for me. He goes from only thinking to himself to talking more and more with his classmates and actually starts making friends with others, and it's all thanks to Yamada, who quite clearly steals the show. Although she might not be as developed as Kyotaro, her bubbly and friendly personality is what sells her for me. I also love her quirk of always wanting to eat and snack even though she's a model and the school forbids it, but she won't allow her job or the school to stop her from snacking. But the thing I like the most about The Dangers in My Heart is how Kyotaro and Anna act around each other and their relationship. I just like the dynamic between them, and how Kyotaro is quite realistic when he talks to Anna, and the fact that he's shy around her. It makes him stand out from other protagonists in the genre, and although others might think that it's cringe, I certainly don't. Luckily, however, Kyotaro and Anna don't need to carry the show alone, but the supporting characters are some of the more memorable ones in the romance genre, even if they're kind of one-dimensional or defined by a single trait, like Adachi just being a perv. Honestly, The Dangers in My Heart has my favorite ship this season, and to tell you the truth, I love it just for its characters. And speaking of, I honestly really love the designs, especially the fact that Anna's much taller than Kyotaro. It awakened something in me. If I had one criticism about The Dangers in My Heart, it'd be that the presentation is just okay. I do like the art style, the character designs, and the ED, but for example, the sound design as a whole is forgettable for me. But that's coming from someone who rarely notices these things, so take it with a grain of salt. But other than that, for a romance anime, I think it's one of the best looking in recent memory. These past couple of seasons have flipped a switch in me. Just until last year, I kind of enjoyed romance anime, but didn't think it was my thing. But lately, it's become one of my favorite genres in anime. I'd usually enjoy the odd one here and there, like Toradora or Golden Time. But now, it's become a staple for me each season, and this season is no exception, with stellar shows like Skip and Loafer and loving Yamada at level 999. But this season, The Dangers in My Heart is my #1 romance anime, and although it might not be the best anime this season, it is my favorite, and the one I consider to be the best anime of the spring.